Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Frosthaven. We are in the process of going through all the regular quests. We've only got one left, so while we're in town, let's do our normal buying of stuff. Seeing as we have plenty of money and nothing in particular to spend it on, we can at the very least make sure that we've got as many materials as possible to do stuff with in the future. You know what? Let's spread these around a little bit. You can have this one, and then for the logging camp, that's going to be our lovely drifter. Right, with those done, we can get ourselves a brand spanking new soldier as well. I think we'll use one of the bits of metal from you. Or have I already queued this up? I might have already queued this up. I think I've already queued it up. That would explain why we can't do that. Let's have a quick look at upgrades. No upgrades available. No new buildings available. And no wrecked buildings that need to be repaired. So let's instead just double check. Yeah, that requires town level 3. One more mission will put us in a position to be able to do that. So that's not terrible in itself. And we've got all of those built up. Fine, let's have a look in at the craftsman. And see if there's anything that jumps out that we want to throw onto our repertoire. I suspect not, because this is all looking very familiar. How about the merchant? No, nothing new there either. And on the alchemist, we do have arrowvine and axenut, but we don't have any of the rock fruit. So we need flame fruit and rock fruit in order to be able to do anything there. We could make cure potions. I wonder if we could upgrade the alchemist. I suspect not. No, cannot be upgraded any further. In that case, we're going to have to just jump out into another quest. So I said we've got one available that we can do. We have Sacred Soil, but we can't do this until either we've completed Raven's Roost, whatever that is, or retired Geminate the hero, who we don't have. That's going to be a while coming, which means we're moving on to Frozen Fjord. A winter encounter.
A translucent Esther wearing hunter's garb is studying some tracks on the path and turns to catch your attention as you approach.
You there. A moment of your time.
He flags you down.
I've been searching for a vermling by the name of Drom, about yay high. Have you seen him?
When you don't immediately respond, he thumbs a wicked-looking blade and continues.
You see, this particular vermling killed someone quite dear to me, and I promised that I would return the favor.
The Esther's eyes flash a dark longing.
Well, we can agree to keep an eye out for him.
You assure the Esther hunter that you'll keep an eye out for the vermling killer. He smiles.
My thanks. I am Melek. If you do locate him, I ask only that you call for me, so I can finish my task at last.
We'll have to remember that rather than just doing it ourselves. Time to pick some battle goals. Perform 2 actions with lost at the same turn? Probably not. Occupy door hex, that needs a door. Perform a long rest while at maximum health after you've already suffered damage. Which means we need to suffer damage, then heal it up, and then do a long rest. It's not impossible. Let's go with Bastion. There might be doors on this one. For Inertion, our level 6 Drifter. Overachiever, kill an enemy and open a door in the same turn. That could be fun. Kill 5 or more monsters during the quest. That feels quite likely for Inertian. And for Seraph, let's go with Hunter. Kill an elite mob.
Not wishing to brave the harsh, unforgiving waters of the sea, you opt to hike along the coast instead. You trace it for several long hours, eventually arriving at a series of immense fissures that cut deep through the ice cliffs, fjords blocking the way forward. Looking over the side, you can see the sea thrashing far, far below. Staring off into the distance, you spot a line of white jutting across the gap, a bridge. You head for it and discover a series of glittering limbs branching over the fjords. At first, they look to be made of ice, long, pale shapes that arch over the fissures and connect on the other side. But as you move closer, you realize they are made of bone.
Oh, that's
the
worrying.
ribs of a gargantuan creature that fell here long ago. The sea writhes below as you cross, huge ice-clogged waves crashing against the cliffs. You spare only a glance, but the sheer distance of the fall makes your knees rubbery. When you look back up, you realize that you are not alone on this bridge.
Take your eyes off the target for 1
Several
minute.
dozen feet ahead, at the apex of the rib, stands a tall man covered in a cloud of black, thrashing wings.
Is he under attack?
He will lift your safety far behind Mordor.
He says, not with a human voice, but with the collective shrieks and caws of his many birds.
This place is not meant for your kind.
So this is like a bird harrower.
There is no time to digest the warning. In a flash, the cloud of raptors fly at you, spanning the distance and snatching at you with razor talons. You manage to keep your footing, but a few of the birds have landed on the bridge ahead and are pecking at it feverishly. Their beaks are hard, and surprisingly large chunks of ice and bone break off and fall into the ocean below.
I guess we're on a time limit then.
Turn back. Turn back. Or your corpses will be carrion from my brood.
So I see we've got some problems initially. Our team is probably going to be split. 1 for 1 is maybe fine. Structural weaknesses 0 out of 24. Whenever a monster has no target, it instead attacks the structure itself. The resulting structural weakness becomes too great, the quest is lost, so we need to keep being the target. Strike fiends, so they're immune to muddle, poison, and wound. Not to disarm, not to stun. Interesting. And we would need to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forwards to become next to him. So hypothetically, if we were to push on this side down with Blurry Jab, it gets us in, but it doesn't really do much beyond that. So I think we should go slow. And if we do kinetic transfer, we can take a shot as long as we get within 2, which would be like here, which means 3, which is here. So we just need something that's going to move us in 3. Cascading reaction can move us in relatively safely. The question is he just going to attack the ground because we're not in range? I assume he probably is. So let's try and move up quickly and at least reduce the impact on this side. We want air support. 1, 2, 3, 4, and set for the charge. Yeah, let's get in and start putting damage on them. I think we'll go for crushing weight. And do we have something that's going to move big? Breakthrough would move big, but that means we're not doing a big hit afterwards. Deadly shot. There we go. I don't think we need to do ranged attacks in this room yet. Okay. I'm sure the team can handle it. Let's give it a go. So these are pulling all targets within 5. Closer by 2, and then all targets within 3 will suffer 2 damage. That's interesting. One, 2, 3, 4. So we could just move to here. No, we'd need to move to here to be able to get an air support shot off. That'll do for movement. It's a nice solid hit. Set for the charge isn't going to help us if they're pulling us in. Blink Blade. You're going to end up right next to this guy. So if we're going to end up right next to this guy, let's do it completely. Step to here, get a shot off. Can't get a wound on him. Don't need an element at the moment. And the Drifter. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just move up to here because they're going to pull us closer. And that'll reduce the amount of damage we take while still taking advantage of getting closer to them. And you know what? I'm going to give you a shield for this round because you're going to get hit by both of them. Pulls me closer, does some damage. Nah. Okay, we're going to get hit by both of them. And the shield isn't actually giving us any damage reduction. Because it's direct damage, not an attack. It's fine. We can work with it. Let's go fast. We need to do 9 damage. Twin Strike will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would take us to 7 if we rolled a bit lucky with... Yeah, let's go for Precision Timing and Twin Strike. If we roll a little bit lucky, then we might get this guy killed this turn. Now, for you... We can use Let Them Come to get some healing on us, actually. But the poison's going to be useless. So, Poison's not that appealing. Moving one space forwards and getting a big strike back could be, though. I could also put our banner out. It might get killed quite quickly, though. The angle's wrong for Unbreakable Wall, because those two aren't lined up correctly. Maybe we do a disarm. If I step to here, we can do Rallying Cry for the disarm. Let's do that. And we'll do some direct damage. We'll use Chunk of Flesh. And we'll get Relentless added. So this guy's going to get to attack us, but we'll be in a better position for next turn. Oh, they're doing nasty ranged shenanigans, and quite quickly as well. Let's start off with the Twin Strikes. There's no point poisoning him because he's immune to... Is he immune to... Yeah, he's immune to poison. Move around this side. We're not getting lucky. Could use the Frenzy Potion if we need to. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to use the Frenzy Potion. So we're not going to pick this up this turn, but it's fine. Banner Spear. Step on up. Perfect positioning. There's our lovely disarm. I'll save the stamina potion for next round. What's he putting on us? Immobilize. I don't care about immobilize at the moment. That's a bit painful. Right, let's do the Chunk of Flesh. We could stun him for next turn, but I think he'll probably die before then. Heal yourself up. The Banner Spear can do his own healing. And get back some Crushing Weight. Going okay so far. Geez, I feel like we should probably go slowly. It's not going to be much benefit short of just grabbing this. We could do a little bit of healing on ourselves. We can do that with Make It Count though. So let's say Make It Count and Sand in the Hourglass, and we'll just move and grab this. We can meat grind this one to kill it. that's you done. And we want to step in and have a go at this one. Vile Assault is a good way of getting in and break through to do the damage. Targeting 3, pulling us around, moving quite quickly as well. You know what? We will put Unresolved Courage because we're gonna get moved regardless. Hey, that makes me very happy. All right, let's break through. We don't need to use any additional bonuses because this is a lot of damage. And we'll just grab this for now. I think we are going to want to put on precision aim before we move into the next room. A multicolored cloak? Interesting. Teeny bit of healing, teeny bit of bless. And grab the loot. Next round. Banner Spear. Regroup to get healing on yourself. And we'll do Unbreakable Wall. No, we'll do Hold the Line to grab this. We are passing a lot of time here, but it is fine for what we're trying to do. We can get another use back on these. So precision aim just to move around. In fact, no, precision aim to do precision aim. I have to remember that consumed stamina is a decent ranged attack. And we'll do prudent preparation to get some healing on ourselves. I think we just move up to the door. There's no big effects that I want for the future. So let's just move in. Right, regroup on yourself. Grab this. Ooh. Precision aim. And there's a little bit of healing. And the Blink Blade is just going to get closer. So let's have a look at the next room. It looks like there's 2 more doors. There is something down this end. But we've got a fair bit further to go still. We could push in, but I don't think it's worth it. Let's do at all costs Unbreakable Wall. We'll put on our shield. I don't want to put on Sustained Momentum yet because that's gonna That's gonna just cause as much trouble as anything. You're going to be mostly healing up with this. You'll be healing up this turn with it. I suppose we could push in now. Shockwave will move us 1, 2, 3 to like here, and then draining arrows to shoot something nearby, maybe. And we'll try and go a bit slower on this side with Blurry Jab and Power Leak, and we'll see if there's anyone good to hit. So Drifter.
Blood and feathers
Yes,
cover the white bone of the bridge. Just beyond them lies the strange humanoid thing, its body folded awkwardly where it fell. The monster appears almost human from this angle, like a malnourished peasant with long, bony legs and waxy skin. But you're not here to study the fauna, and so you leave the creature where it lies and continue your hike across.
So we've got a regular strike on that side. He's going to move 1 attack. This one's going to move 2 an attack. So we're nicely out of range. These guys are going to move 4 and then attack 2, but in a nice little area. So I think we get as close as we can down here. 1, 2. No, you're not going to be in range. Because our range is only 2. I think we go after the elite. I mean, you're going to come really close. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to cluster them all up together. That's for certain. Giving this guy the muddle is going to be our best choice. That'll do. Right, Blink Blade. If we move you 2, you could get a pretty good stab on this guy with Blurry Jab. Power Leak's equally fine. We don't need an extra target, unfortunately. You're only going to move 1? Yeah, let's... That between dart across really feels like the angle is there. Skip getting the extra target. Just get a really nice hit on this guy. Ooh, has it equipped it automatically? When attacked, create an element. Sure. Let's create fire. I think fire's gonna... If anything was gonna have an unlikely chance of doing something, that would be it. Oh, they're attacking the landscape. A little bit of retaliation in there. Well, at all costs, we'll do some healing. So let's... Well, there's no point in healing you up for 1. Let's healing over there, take the 1 damage, and there's our shield. That's a little bit painful. We can definitely tank it, but going after those ground bits, I completely forgot if we weren't next to him he was going to do that. Maybe it would have been better to split ourselves apart slightly. We need a short rest. So short rest on you. We can do a little bit of healing or a bit of stabbing as we wish. Probably a little bit of healing at range on this guy. Short rest on you as well. Ooh, don't like losing precision timing, but it's not a bad one to lose. And we can lose Meat Grinder as well. I think air support is a good choice. Especially for clearing through these. And if we go set for the charge, 1, 2, 3, we can air support this guy and then charge up to be right next to both of them. We could probably twin strike you to death. I want to get next to this one. With Make It Count. Strikes are doing a lot of ranged stuff. They're going to drain all of my Relentless before I've had a chance to actually act. Still gonna get yourself killed, mate. I think we've still got some Relentless left, so it's not the worst. Let's just move up to grab this. No, I needed to go a bit further. That was a mistake. I should have counted the number of spaces. Let's restart that. Oh, can I do fast action rollback? Is that just no? That's not just enough, right? Short rest. Short rest, and you were doing these. Precision timing, we burned Meat Grinder, we did set for the charge and air support, and this time I'll use the correct one to move up. And over here I said we were going to do twin strike and make it count. That was it. Doing a good job of all this tanking. And we do want to loot all of these bits. I just need to be slightly better at counting the distance on stuff. So we're going to come around to this. In fact, you know what? Let's use the boots and start going towards that treasure chest. That's a big hit. Drifter. Seeing as you're going after this chap, do we need your healing, or should we just... I think the healing is useful, but we've got so much retaliation that we need to get back. You know what, we can step in with the retaliation and actually have it work in our benefit. So skip the rest of the movement. We'll hit him. Great. This is going to give us back 2 things. Relentless is on infinity. That must be a bug. Well, we'll go for 1 on crushing weight. And we should get another one from the death. Maybe it has completely expired and we're just going to end up getting it back afterwards. When I say get it back, I mean it's going to go in the discard. So Blinkblade, your new target is right here. Step in, have a stab. You need better stabs than that, mate. That is better, but it's not exactly spectacular. I'm so glad that it was the -2. Time to start grabbing stuff. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 move to get over there. I don't think we're going to do that this turn. But we can... do at all costs to heal both of these guys. And use Rallying Cry to start moving around to the chest. Blinkblade. Sure, if you're going slow, you could get a bit of healing on yourself there. Seeing as you're not able to move. And for the attack, could go with Power Leak, because it doesn't matter if you muddle yourself. And then Drifter, I think a long rest is in order. Strike Fiend's going quick. It matters not. We're not moving, but this guy's going to die. And yeah, the Relentless was on its very last legs, so we couldn't bring it back. That's very painful. Get yourself a little bit of healing. Just to take the edge off it. Banner Spear. That feels a bit better. And we're going to start moving up this way. Yeah, you know what, we'll move on to the difficult terrain. Before we do the long rest on the Drifter. Amulet of Life for the healing. Then we'll do the long rest, and I think we will lose... Sustain momentum. It's a shame about Relentless. We just had so many hits come in so quickly. Okay, time to grab some stuff. So still moving slowly. Let's say hit and run and... and blurry jab just to grab that. On the Drifter, we want a little bit of healing. Preferably on the top if we can. Chunk of flesh would work for that. And breakthrough on the bottom would move and grab this. Or we come back this way and then come up to these two. And let the blink blade come across this way. I am curious as to what's actually going to go on with these rooms. Like, it feels like there's this whole other section over here, but it's probably just atmospheric. I think we do need to go into both rooms to clear things out. Banner Spear, do what you can. So that's going to be regroup to heal yourself and let them come to just move in on this. You know what? Just in case it's trapped, because chest can be trapped. How many other cards do you have left? Unbreakable Wall. Let's drink a stamina potion. No, we've got two more. Hold the line and resolve courage. Unbreakable Wall is just the current active one. Well, set for the charge will move us back faster. Bone Boots Blueprint. I am curious. Back a little bit. Skip the attack, get the healing on. And get back a use of Crushing Weight. And we've really not got much to do on this, so step on in. Nothing to attack. Hey, some Aravine. If you can move 3, which you can with kinetic transfer, we'll grab this. Then on our Drifter, we can do Vile Assault to step in and get a little bit of healing, and let's say Draining Arrows. No, Deadly Shot. And Banner Spear, you're going to start coming back with Hold the Charge and set for the line. You will get back quite far. Drifter, step on up, grab some loot. And I feel like we're pretty much ready to go through these doors. Okay, it's going to be short rest for Seraph. I think we can do a shockwave and draining arrows, push into this room, maybe shoot someone. And I think it's going to be a long rest for the banner spear. Take advantage of that last bit of healing. Yeah, you can lose hit and run. So you're going to want to go 1, 2, 3, at least, let's say 5 with blurry jab, and not going to be a good time to do flashing flurry. Let's say kinetic transfer, I think. Drifter. Let's open it up. Okay, that's quite a lot. Snow imps are going to come in and do healing, which is annoying. The Shrike Fiend is going to do some retaliation against stuff that's close by after doing damage to stuff that's close by. So we'll be able to hit him, and then we're going to suffer a little. But the guys are going to heal him up. So it's a bit of a moot point. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a +1 on this guy. Didn't quite work out. Could have drunk my power potion. Maybe I should have. So the question is, do we charge in here and sort this out, or do we go the other way? I think we go the other way. Yeah, good call. We can't get a wound on him. But we can stab him and push him away. But he's going to get healed up. But still very fun. At least you've come nice and close to be killed. Likewise. I guess they had to do that because they couldn't attack the foundations. Right, let's lose... We might be able to do a large area attack. If we stand here, we'll be able to hit these 3 with let them come. It's not a hugely damaging thing, but these guys can be poisoned. Let's lose at all costs. And next time we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, Or might not be able to make it. I think that's just a little too far. So if that's not going to work, air support is the best thing we can do. Set for the charge, air support. Let's just charge in and get some damage amongst them. Prudent preparation for the retaliation. Consume stamina for the retaliation. Let's just go max retaliation. And over here, we want to get as much damage as possible out on these guys as we can. So we're going to go for Twin Strike. And then we're going to go for Make It Count. We could also Flashing Flurry both of these instead. I think I preferred my original plan. For now, at least. Shrike's moving slow. They're pushing people around. Snow Imps are doing ranged cursing and brittling. So don't like that. Yeah, can't get close enough to do what I would have wanted. So we'll just get near. Hope to roll big. That works. Drifter. Now this retaliation is going to be point blank retaliation, isn't it? Still. That's going to be better than nothing. Let's step onto this so we try and grab as many of these guys as we can. Though they may move away. And Blink Blade. There's not much difference between the two of you. Let's hit this guy with the first hit. No, geez, that's a solid strike. Let's hit you with the next because there's a chance you're going to just... unlucky. We can kill them both. It's no problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to stab this one. We're going to put a wound on him. And kill him. And then we're going to use our flame vial on this one. And that's going to kill him. So when it's his turn, he'll just die at the start of his turn. This multicolored cloak just instantly, like, it doesn't get tapped. Let's create light. And prevent the brittle condition over... Hey, I said prevent. Oh, it must have prevented the curse instead of the brittle. That was a mistake. Don't like the curses, but there's not many enemies left. Oh, this is going to be painful. That's not too bad, actually. The pushback's annoying. Especially with the retaliation that we put on. Okay. Cascading reaction will get us in. Flashing flurry will get a decent hit on him. It's going to be point blank, so we can grab the loot. But we'll keep on him. Maybe I just power leak rather than flashing flurry. Yeah, I think that's going to work better. And then we'll be slow, but it's fine. Short rest on you. I think we'll do a let them come. No, we'll do a resolved courage. So we need to be one further forwards, and you need to be one up. Which we could end. No, we need to be one up as well. Can you move? You can't move that fast. Can you move faster than 24? Yes, you can. So Prudent Preparation will move you in. Shockwave will move you in 1, and then Draining Arrows to take pot shots at a couple of them. That's what we'll do. So Shockwave, Draining Arrows. Shockwave gets us to here. Drink the muscle potion. That gives us advantage. Drink the power potion. That gives us extra damage. Use the protective scepter on this guy. And we will hit you 3 with some chunky arrows. And those are some chunky arrows. Blink Blade. Move on in. You kind of need to keep this guy alive for a while so we can loot everything. Skip the rest of the movement. Don't poison yourself, just give him a hit. So we're going to use Resolved Courage to attack both of them. So step in. And just like this. Really solid attack. I definitely want to loot these. Luckily, Seraph is doing a good job of keeping this guy occupied. Flashing Flurry, Sand in the Hourglass. It'll be fine. We need to do some looting, so Vile Assault and Chunk of Flesh. It would be good to generate a little something over there, but right now it's not urgent. And when I say a little something, I mean elements. Yeah, it's starting to get a little painful. some snow thistle. Hey, don't back away. Not done with you yet. Ow. You know what? We'll take the damage. Just finish rounding our healing out. Another onto precision aim. We might be able to just run around and take some pot shots, actually. That might be good enough. Well, we can't move. And you're a bit too far away, so we're going to have to just settle for healing at the moment. And skip the attack. I'll use the element potion to make something for next turn. Because we're going to need a short rest over here, and I might take a shot at him and then move in. 1, 2, yeah, let's just use deadly shot to start barreling round. Short rest on the banner spear. Ooh, don't want to lose flashing. Well, I suppose we can. It defeats the point of what I was trying to do, but it's not a big deal. Set for the charge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also making it down or grabbing the loot. And regroup. And rallying cry. So what are we going to do up here? We can move fast, step in with kinetic transfer, have a stab, and then twin strike to have more stabs. Banner spear down, grab the loot. And actually, I don't think this guy's going to live very long, so let's just grab that last little bit of loot there as well. So we step in, do 1 guaranteed damage with kinetic transfer. And then twin strike, give him a stab. Yeah, he's definitely going down. And across. I should not have moved off that space. Should have gone back and back. But it's only a couple of little bits of loot. Right, let's just grab this. And there is no one to attack. That finishes it off. Bit more Arrowbine. Strange bird creatures, shrikes indeed. Charlotte has gained a level. We managed to get Hunter and we managed to get Sadist. Didn't manage to get Bastion, but that's not because we didn't try. Not bad.
Feather and flesh coat the ivory bridge, but the fiends are gone. Their wasted bodies fallen into the crashing waters below. The birds that remain caw furiously and retreat westward toward a far distant line of trees. The air grows silent, except for the steady tide, and you give yourselves a moment to think. The northern coast is a madness unique to itself. That such strange things could exist up here at the end of the world stretches your minds to the limits of wonder.
It is
What
pretty nuts.
more awaits you beyond these bone bridges, if these are only the outermost ridges of the place? You cross the fjords and see that the coast bends to the north. You can continue following it, hoping to reach wherever the shard of coral is leading you. Or you look back at the western forest. Or you could make a small detour and see what oddities lie hidden in the trees.
Well, we do love side quests, don't we? The party has gained a dead raven item. That's weird. We have a new quest for the Realm of Endless Forest, and a new quest for Raven's Roost, and of course the Bone Boots blueprint. During an ally's ranged attack, add muddle and... Interesting. During an ally's ranged attack. So this is very much a support item. I think this should go on the banner spear, actually. The crater is as lively as you've seen it all season. You signal for a drink as you push through the customers and make your way to a table at the back, where the crotchal tinkerer Pieter Truman fiddles with this small spherical gadget, deep in thought. You sit down, interrupting his trance. Oh, hello again. Thank you for coming. Very exciting news to share. The boisterous crotchal tears his focus from the trinket. We're on the next phase of our little shortcut through the mountains. A big portion of the path needs to pass under a dangerous overhanging cliff. The work crew is already installing pylons to support the cliff and hold back the rock wall. But, he hesitates, it seems our path inadvertently cuts too close to Algok's territory, and they're not taking kindly to our construction project. He raises his hand, cutting off the expected suggestion. Diplomacy isn't an option, I'm afraid, the tinkerer sighs. The Algoks who are attacking belong to a group of bandits. The Horns of Ruin, they call themselves, and they're exclusively interested in destroying and looting our hard work. There's a big attack coming, and the project's in a very vulnerable state. I need you to go and protect the pylons we've installed. If you can stop them, it might buy us enough time to get the whole structure pieced together. Once that happens, it'll be nearly impossible to destroy. That's giving us another new quest, so it's all coming together.
You're on your guard shift on the harbour wall when some commotion from below catches your attention.
We're the ones risking our lives day in, day out for Frosthaven. It's time we got some recognition.
You see a young guard standing on a radish crate inside the barracks yard. He's drawing a crowd of other guards.
Why should the town protectors go hungry, eh? Maybe instead of rationing our meals, the rest of the town should ration theirs.
A few meagre cheers rise from the gathering. The speaker notices you watching from across the yard and shouts to you.
Join us. Say we march down to the mayor's Scyther and tell her that from now on, guards eat first.
No, we're not going to do that. Let's talk him down.
Most of the militia are happy enough, and they'd rather suffer through rationed meals than get on your bad side. They stand down before things get violent.
So Frosthaven's defences will be weakened for the next attack, but fewer buildings will be targeted when the attack comes. And the attack is right here. Oh, we cannot use soldiers? Oh, that's more than just weakened. That is quite the effect. Right. Fingers crossed. Success on the workshop. And then on the craftsman, success on that. We got very lucky. The outpost attack has been completed. Well, we do still have some soldiers to recruit. So before I forget, let's do that. And we have that level up to do. So Charlotte, congratulations. Now that you're level 6, what are we going to give you? Barricade. That needs a friend on either side, but it puts a wound on everyone. It looks lovely, but it's very situational. The Banner of Valor is interesting as well. Negate the first source of... Wait, the entire first source of damage? That's huge. Or Bolstering Shout, where we can heal at range 3, potentially add another target, move and drag enemies around. I don't know. I think barricade, but I'm not sure I'm going to put it in. At least not right now. That's going to be a very situational card. We do have a perk, though, that we can put in. Right now, we were doing technique. That was the last one that we put in. We could do overwhelm. No, I think technique. That looks good. Last thing, just before we finish, we're not going to make it, but I want to find out what those boots, those bone boots are like. Bone boots. After your ability, where you kill an enemy, perform move 4. So it's hit and run in boot form. That's kind of interesting. I think I still prefer the winged shoes over on Seraph, but it's not uninteresting. And we'll go through all the rest of the stuff next time. But that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have enjoyed it, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Frosthaven. See you soon.